Okay. Getting close to starting here. Just gonna start up the game real quick. I actually have audio. Yay! So people can actually hear me. Okay. Game has loaded. What the heck? No, I don't want that one. I want that one. Damn it, phone. Stop doing that to me. Okay. Got a little backlighting problem here, so let me just go ahead and turn on my light. Not exactly ideal, but that's what I can go with right at the moment. Will you stop doing that? Phone, really, I want to stay with my stream here. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Stay, please. Okay. That should work. Sorry about that, folks. Just trying to get my phone active so I don't have to worry about like missing any kind of chats or anything along those lines. Haven't really been getting any like people visiting yet or not, so don't know whether or not people are able to do any kind of chats or anything along those lines. I mean, it's available, so feel free to pop in and say hi if you want. But we're going to get started here. Back into the hardcore mode. Gonna go ahead and load the game up here real quick. Gonna attempt to keep up. up with the trying to do a daily stream if I can. Seems like I can get everything taken care of about around 3 p.m. or so, um, PST. So, going a little late on this, but you know, this is what I'll have to do for the time being. See where I can go with this. Thinking I'll stick with maybe like the 4-hour record time. So.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
So I'll most likely go ahead and close this out by 8, 9 o'clock. PST anyway.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Okay, so if you weren't here yesterday for my stream, well, even if you weren't able to actually hear what was going on. Sorry about the volume level, but so I've made this small little base down in the right near inside the Lost River. I got the sea moth down here, but I haven't really gone anywhere further than that. I've pretty much emptied out my sea moth of any other resources, and now it's time to explore the Lost River. Now, I did see that radio message, so, and I do not have a radio set up down here yet. Although that's not expensive, so let's see. I have the titanium, I just don't have the copper. Now, I don't have my prawn suit down here yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick limestone gathering for the copper real quick. Nope. Might as well do some scans around here while I wait for the limestones to kind of pop up. There we go. That's what I needed. Matter of fact, I just gathered enough just for the radio itself, so that's good.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So let's go ahead and put the radio right up there. There we go. Most likely the warper. Yeah. Yeah, not too much of a surprise there. Okay. So let's see. Clear these little data sets out. Feel free to take a look at those if you want to. I'm not gonna bother with them. I've already looked into them and all that kind of stuff previously. Okay, so let's see. Next thing I want to do is get the prawn suit down here. Okay, I don't really have a whole lot. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and swim up to it. Or let's see. Yeah, I should have plenty of power. So, here we go. Now, as I was trying to say on yesterday's stream, one of the effective ways that you can, well, one way that you can kind of handle the creation of a new base, or just having the just being able to create a base down below here can be difficult. That's why some people tend to use the Cyclops to get around. But as I was trying to say in the last stream, I don't really use the Cyclops all that much. I haven't really had the need to. So I found that I can get around fairly well with the prawn suit and the sea moth. The Cyclops is just too big, bulky, and slow, in my opinion. So while it might be handy for being able to bring materials around, the fact that you can't really, I just see the problem with the mobility, really, overall. You have to really be careful on moving it through like the tight corridors and whatnot, because you'll end up running into the nearby walls, and I found it to be kind of a pain just to try to navigate all that. So I found, I can get it I can get most places fairly easily with the prawn suit. So let's go ahead and give myself some food real quick. Should be able to replace the planner. Still a little low on the food portion, so that will take care of that. And now, okay, let's see. I need to figure out what I'm going to be needing to build down there, and maybe bring along some resources to handle that. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to be needing the prawn suit upgrades, which means I'm going to need the lithium. And titanium I can handle. Jump jade's gonna find the nickel and crystalline down there already. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah, everything's good there. Okay, the range upgrades. Copper ore and magnetite, so... Let's see, let's go ahead and bring along the copper ore, bring along the bleach. I'm gonna need to do the medkit fabricator because I don't have one close by down there. So that means I'm gonna need to get the fiber mesh going. And fiber mesh is the Creepvine sample. So I don't need to worry about batteries. So I don't need to worry about bringing along any of the acid mushrooms. I can find plenty of gel sacks down there. Let's take along a seed for growth down there, and then put a fiber mesh. Go ahead and create that aerogel. Because at some point in time I do want to create that water filtration, even though I don't really need you know, with the marble melons, I don't really need too much on the water, but we'll see what I can. I mean, it might be handy for when I do long trips, so. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and change these out. Put those in. There. Someone nicely gifted me some nickel ore in their time capsule, so let's bring along some stalker teeth. Let's see, bring along the iron cubes. I'll leave the creature egg here for now. Bring along the nutrient blocks. Time to go throw some stuff in the storage here. Oh, get back here, flashlight. Okay. Now, some might ask, you know, why don't I just tear down everything and build a new base down below? I tend to find that having just multiple bases just gives me more utility. So if I need to, you know, if I go to any one particular zone, I always have some place to go to build or have some food available or whatnot. So, okay, putting all that along. I think that's about it. Let's see if I have anything up here that I really want to bring along with me. No. Ah, yes, okay. Iron kit. Let's bring along at least 2 gold and bring the rest of the lithium. Lithium is, you know, just one of those things that, one of the resources that gets used up quite a bit just because of the plasteel ingot. So, always make sure that if you always find lithium, go ahead and bring it along because it's necessary. Okay, I think that's about it. That's about as much as I can really do. Yeah. Yeah, I want to keep the creepvine seed cluster available so I can plant it down below. So yeah, that's about as much as I can do. I'll leave the other batteries here just in case. You know, as much as I might, you know, kind of want them a little bit more down in the Lost River.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'll just have to make do with what I got right here. So, yeah. I can't really put anything else in here, so right into it. Like I said, like I said yesterday, but you know, again, probably not. What you guys probably didn't hear is that while I'm not exactly the best when it comes to the arm, so grapple arm. Even though, you know, I've played this game quite a bit, this is still one of those tools that I don't really use that often. Let's go deeper.
Detecting multiple Leviathan class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
No. Warper. God damn it. That's the one problem with the beginning levels of the prawn suit. You are really in danger of getting warped out. the most that you can really do is just do some kind of, up and down motion, or, side to side. But once you're inside the Lost River, you don't really have to worry too much about it. They don't really follow you in here. So. Oh, and if you're not already aware, this little green mist does not hurt the prawn suit, but it does damage the sea moth and yourself, so just be careful. In some ways, I actually use it as a defense mechanism because I have yet to see any of the leviathans or the squids come into the brine, so it makes things a little bit easier to handle, Okay. So, oh right, I still have yet to actually go and clear that out. Well, let's go ahead and clear out the storage. Oh right, I'm completely full.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Move all that stuff over here for the time being. Okay, all that. There. There's that. Okay, now let's go ahead and create ourselves another locker here. Just so I can just offload all this stuff. There we go. Now I need to go and get some titanium. And now that I have the prawn suit here, I can actually look for the actual titanium sources. So let's go ahead and go do that. Oh wait, first off. There we go. Take that. Fill that up. There we go. So now we got our supply of marble melons. Okay. So I don't really want the grapple arm for the time being, because I actually want to actually pick up some resources off the ground. Like so. And that obviously fills up my the inventory space. But If you see like the drill arm kind of twitching around, like it typically means that you're like in a middle spot where it's trying to drill like two different areas of the titanium, and it doesn't really give you um, it 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 causes a problem in the sense that it doesn't drill the single location completely. So uh, you just want to adjust the drill arm just a little bit so that you can uh, focus on one specific area. So okay, so now I got enough titanium that I could probably handle the um, building a few more things. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Maybe at some point in time I'll create like a second moon pool so I can handle both prawn suit and the sea moth at the same time, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. I want to create a foundation, but I need 2 lead for that. Which I only have the 1. Okay. Let's tear down that. Now, as you can see, you know, the power level, while it drops like a point or two for the scanner room, it gets quickly filled right back up again by the thermal. So now, if I have like, you know, the power cells and the moon pools and the scanner, and water filtration, yeah, it does cut into that power real quick. So typically I make like 2 thermal generators there, and it keeps me going. So okay, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple more lockers. And I still want to create the metal kit fabricator, but gonna have to build the computer chip for that. This is what I'm gonna build outside for the creep vines. Oh yeah, so I need 2 computer chips at the very least, and a copper wire. Okay. Gonna need to get the battery charger up and running too. Oh, what the hell.
You look like you could use some coffee.
Sure, why not? Maybe I made it, maybe I put it up too high. But finish off the, cutting some drinks. so I don't have to.
You look like you could use some
There we
coffee.
go. A little bit of quick H2O. Not really, not really all that necessary, but it doesn't really like uh, keep you focused or anything along those lines. It's just one of those uh, extra details in the game that's funny. So, uh, so let's see, what are we gonna do here? Um, let's take care of that. Now, let's see. All right. I knew I had enough to actually make this, so might as well take care of it now. So, oh. Okay. So let's, oh, I'm still good on that one, so cancel that. Good there. Let's go ahead and swap that out. And swap that out. Alright. Everything else is fine, so. Just throw the rest of this back in here. Okay, let's go grab that lead real quick.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Um, damn it. That's one of the problems with the scanner room is the fact that even though it shows that there's a material in the list, either it's like right on the edge so you don't actually, like it's like right barely there but it's not being highlighted, or it's just a glitch and it's not actually there. Well, okay. And that's the other problem that I found with this is that, you know, even though I have the hand over the item and I'm clearly reaching for it, it still doesn't always pick up. You have to be exactly on it, and it's like, ugh, come on. Well, I don't really want to go like all over the place to try to find lead, so back to the scanner room. Let's get the let's have it search for something else, like the sandstone.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Just want to make sure it is sandstone that I'm looking for. Get rid of that little map. Now there's one. Let's go ahead and find at least 2 more. There's one. Oh, come here. There we go. Yeah. That's all I really need. So, let's go ahead and build that foundation. Now, I'm gonna build it, you know, relatively close to the base. Oh wait, I better let's move the prawn suit out of the way. I don't need the foundation putting the legs inside of it. I'm putting it up nearby the entrance there, just so I can you know, put my prawn suit like right there if I really wanted to. So, okay, next, external grow bed. Okay, and now we can put the creep vine in. So, now we'll always have a constant resource for the seeds and the creep vines if we really need it. So. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on the scanner. Now, what I want to do is get the range upgrades going. Like I said yesterday, which obviously, you know, whether or not it actually appeared in the video or not, I don't really know, but the speed upgrade just does not really work very well, so, or at least, you know, it's great for like the initial resources, but typically the range gives you more opportunities, more resources within the area kind of aspect. So while this might be great for like the first 1 or 2, this is worthwhile overall, in my opinion. So, so we need copper ore, magnetite. Oh wait, I just used all the copper ore for the wire, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and actually collect some resources here. Don't have any magnetite directly, so let's go with the copper ore. Excuse me. Hopefully there's a resource nearby for it. Doesn't look that way though. Yeah, that's one of the problems initially with the Lost River is the fact that uh, there are drillable resources around, but it might not be like um, all of them kind of aspects. So don't really see any copper ore directly anywhere. So let's go ahead and switch it over to magnetite real quick. See if maybe we can actually, or if there's any magnetite here. And there isn't. Wonderful. Okay, so limestone chunks, and let's we can at least pick up one range upgrade, and maybe that will give us the what we're looking for. You know, at a distance. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and gather up 4 copper so I can have enough for the range upgrades. Okay. Yep. Snag the quartz as I go along. Might as well. Now, let's at least get 1 range up. Let's go ahead and move the cameras out so we can actually... one of the things that I found with the Skinner room is that while it does pick up on the resources relatively close by on the information, sometimes I find just having the cameras or selecting cameras and moving them around basically acts as like a scanning utility, scanning tool. So it allows you to get more out of it. So that's why I tend to, let's get the 4 going. So I tend to like to use the cameras as a tool. Oh, come on. Number 4 should be right here, so. Alright. This should give me the, what I'm kind of looking for with the resources, so. Or at least I hope. Basically, you know, as the camera kind of flies along, it kind of shows the resources in the immediate vicinity, so it basically populates the this list here of resources. So, but yeah. See, as you can see, this wasn't there initially, so. But yeah, magnetite is not in the immediate vicinity. I was kind of hoping for at least 1. But yeah, that's a no-go. Okay, so We need to go and pick up some manatite. So that means I'm heading back out to the other base so I can use its scanner room to detect all the manatite there. So this is one of the reasons why I like to have the sea moth here. Hello, fishies. You should not be swimming around in here.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Oh, that little graphical glitch. There we go. If you didn't already know, the life pod, the life pod beacon, it's like burned into your visor, so it constantly shows up in like the lower left-hand corner. So, you know, no matter what direction you're facing, it's always going to be there in the lower left-hand corner. It's like, okay. Just one of those little visual bugs that, you know, was never corrected. I'm hoping that the DLC will take care of that, or, you know, make sure that that's taken care of for the next version, but we'll see. And just in case anyone doesn't really know, yeah, I do have the DLC on my computer. Problem is that it is too much of a resource hog, and I can't stream it at the same time. So, as much as I'd like to play the DLC on stream, it's just not possible with what I currently got right now for my computer. So, it's just gonna have to wait for now. You know, which is understandable. I mean, the DLC is in its alpha stage, so they're dealing with all the you know, resource management and memory allocation. So plus, you know, they're also adding in the weather elements, which just adds more particle effects, which just bogs down the memory even more. So you definitely want to make sure that you have you just want to make sure that you have the graphics card to handle it. So let's fill myself up with water again. Of course. Yeah, there's camera 1, but I need camera 1. I need what's down in camera 2. Yeah. That should give me what I need. There it is. Another glitch that I found is that if you try to climb the ladder too high, it used to send you, you know, as though you were trying to, instead of climbing up into it, it would actually climb you down and back into the water. So I was like, looks like they might have really fixed that. So interesting. Or at least, you know, I didn't see it happen. So maybe they fixed that particular bug. All right. Nice to see.
All systems online.
To my knowledge, they're still updating Subnautica. You know, adding updates, fixing any kind of bugs or whatnot. So, although I'm sure that they're on full DLC mode right now to try to handle alright. I don't want that one. Come on. This is the problem with the you know, not having the speed aspect. You know, it's showing me the one magnetite, which, you know, that's the resource for the mining for prawn suit, but it doesn't really help me when I'm trying to actually gather it just by hand. And my scanner room is not showing any others. This is like the perfect spot for a magnetite. Why is it not showing any more? Oh, this is getting kind of frustrating. Oh, there it goes. Finally, it's picking up more. God damn. Oh. So I'm just gonna, you know, just continue gathering up quite a bit here. I mean, I don't know how much I'll be needing overall. But magnetite is one of those resources that you can be used quite often. So, I mean, not as much as lithium, in my opinion, but you know, still a decent amount. So. Now, we have enough for at least like another scanner room if we really needed to, but to be honest, that's not really based off of what I've done in the past. I only need like the two scanner rooms to handle everything. So because both of them gives me the resources necessary. so... Well, let's get another, like, 4, just to play it safe. So, let's see. Okay, and let's go ahead and head back.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right. Now, typically, in the past, when, you know, if you haven't played this game that much, then it's best to, like, put a beacon right at, like, the entrance, so you know where the exit is. So, you know, or, you know, put a beacon, like, near your base, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, you know what? I might have to take care of something real quick, guys, so give me a second here. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I wonder how many people are actually viewing the stream right at the moment. Not really seeing any movement. My phone's not actually updating my stream information. Doesn't really help. go. Weird. Alright. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so we got that. Don't think there's anything else that I can really do, but first, let's go ahead and turn off the scanner. Oh, if I actually had the copper with me, I couldn't make the range upgrades right here. Don't think I have any spare ones here at this base anymore. I think I brought them all along with me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Well, that was an idea, but oh well. Okay, so let's go ahead and restock on the food and water. And then, let's see, I think the next best thing we can do, I have the tablets in my sea moth and strange one. So let's go ahead and do some exploring while we're at it. So, I mean, we're in the Lost River, might as well go ahead and use what I have. So let's go ahead and take care of the life pod over here first, and then we'll move on to the other two locations within the Lost River itself. So this is gonna start getting a little interesting because in this particular area, you got the electric eels and Reaper Leviathans and Ghost Leviathans. And then in going into the Lost River, you're going to have Warpers and Ghost Leviathans. So let's go, overall, I tend to have more problems with the Reaper Leviathans than I do with the Ghost Leviathans, just because of the fact that they like to grab a hold of the sea moth and basically rip it to shreds. So, not exactly ideal, but oh, goodbye, Peeper. Now, as I said, in yesterday's stream, having your lights on tends to attract creatures to your ship. So not having them on is a good strategy. But at the same time,
integrating new PDA data.
It causes potential difficulties as well. Hey there, bud. Let me scan you real quick, seeing that you're right here and you can't hurt me. Now that's a view, isn't it there, folks? Thank you for that. Alright. Oh, where is it? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Bye. Alright. Now let's go back. Let's go into the Lost River. I want to do some side to side to avoid any kind of hostilities or hostiles. The warpers are just super annoying when it comes to this. If you haven't had a chance to deal with the warpers yet, be thankful. But if you do have to deal with them, just do like a side-to-side kind of motion, or just move your vehicle around a little bit more, just so you can kind of avoid them. So, oh, son of a bitch. Get out of here. Now I need to repair my Seamoth a little bit. There we go. Now, typically, you don't necessarily need to worry about this particular cave. You know, if you've ever been here before, then you know exactly what I'm kind of talking about. But for those that don't, this is one of the this is a cave that you find inside the large containment facility. Basically, this is a receiver for one of the portals inside the platforms, and you know, it has a purpose to it. So I'll tell you what that purpose is once we get down to it. But for now, it's, you know, I just kind of wanted to show you what it's all about. There's really nothing else here, so it's just one of those aspects that it's like, okay, cool to see. But you know, it comes up more at the end of the game. So,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
all right. And there is the Ghost Leviathan. Now, one of the problems with you know, dealing with the Ghost Leviathan is the fact that they will come charging at you head first. So you know, if you're going straight at them, then you're gonna hit, and it's gonna try to hit you as much as possible. So it's just typically best to just try to side skirt them and you know, just move off to the side so you don't have to deal with you know, getting hit. So did I just go full circle? I went in a full circle, didn't I? God damn it. Silly me. I was trying to avoid the Ghost Leviathan so much that I missed the Lost River exit. Which was it completely straight across from the others? guess it was. Alright, so here we go. Going on down. Now, this brings out like right next to the research facility, and while that is a place that you will be needing to go to at some point, I'm gonna leave that for kind of the last portion of where we need to kind of go to on this. I want to go to the other research facility first off, but let's go ahead and take a scan of the remains here. So there's the Leviathan tree. Over here is the entrance for the resource facility, and over here is where our base is, but I'm gonna go past where our base is located at and go to the other small research facility that precursors have. So now, according to the DLC, on one of the the data downloads, it was talking about the alien-based almanacs, which is kind of confusing. Not sure why they, they, well, I don't know whether or not there is a actual data download for the name of precursor, but at least, I don't know whether or not there was anything within Subnautica that actually mentions precursors within the data contained within. So maybe precursors was just one of those terms that everybody kind of used and stuck with. I don't really know. I don't think there's any kind of formal name given to them, so within Subnautica, at least nothing within the I went the wrong way again, didn't I? There's a split in the road up here that allows you to kind of go towards the research or to one of the other zones that you can kind of get to. The other zone isn't necessary. I mean, it's okay for like resources and whatnot if you wanted to, but there's a lot of warpers in the zone too, so it's one of those. It can be a fairly dangerous area, so just bear that in mind if you ever do decide to go there. So. Alright, this is what we're looking for right there. This is why you want to have at least a single tablet. I believe it's purple. So. Where did I put it again? Oh, oh, orange. Okay. Now, technically, you don't really need to go in here at all, so if you want to just hold on to that orange for later, you can. But typically, I found that the devs have given you will give you plenty of tablets more often than not. It's very rare for you ever to need to craft your own. So, oh right, this gives you the second creature egg. Yes, there are two. Some more iron cubes. Not that you'll ever run short, because the containment facility actually gives you a way to reproduce production of iron cubes, so you'll never run out, but it doesn't hurt to have them on hand, because they'll be useful later on when you actually get the ion batteries, so. Okay, so that was it for that, so gonna clear that out. Alright, so let's clear the indigenous life forms out. This is a nice little bit of information right here, the head trauma. You'll see why a little bit later, but this is, this basically mentions the fact that it, high-speed collision with a solid object, so. Dated approximately 3 million years ago. This basically can swallow anything, really. So, just be thankful that that's not, anywhere nearby. Same with this one. Yeah, lights attract its unwanted attention. Oh, what's really funny is the mesmer data that you can scan. I'll try to take care of that maybe a little bit later. Okay, I'll hold off on that for the time being. Let's go ahead and get this research equipment. Take care of that.
Flotation devices failed.
We're flooding. Evacuate.
Wait. I can reconfigure the O2 system to act as a bilge pump.
It's working.
Okay, good news. We're alive and we've stopped sinking.
Bad?
The oxygen's going to run out in 30 minutes and we're 500 meters down.
What do we do?
We'll have to use the remaining juice to send a distress call and build whatever gear we can. Then we find a way to the surface.
Alright, so let's head back to the base real quick so I can stock up on food and water real quick. Get past this Ghost Leviathan. Yeah, when you hear that, it means that you've got its attention and it's coming after you. And it just took a bite out of my sea moth, but thankfully, you know, I had a decent amount, and it will eventually back off. So it's not like you're going to aggro it all the way to your base, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. But here we are, home sweet home.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I've heard that like in like the beginning of the when the game was first being made, you could actually aggro the Leviathans back to your base if you wanted to. Now I don't know. I don't know what they would do to your base per se. I don't think they would do anything. I don't know if they would actually damage it or not. But yeah. Alright, now. Now I can create the range upgrades on here. And then there we go. Throw all this stuff in one of the lockers. Okay. Range upgrade, yay! This basically shows you, you know, the, like the chamber where the fossilized remains were kind of aspect, and where the, you know, the blue tree is. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's like right here. Yeah. So, it's a handy tool. So. And you know, I knew that Manatite is relatively in the area, so yeah. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to get oh wait, I wanted to actually let's proceed with the story a little bit more. Let's go to the research facility so everybody can kind of see our character get freaked out by the green pustules on their hands, and then we'll move onwards. We'll work on getting our Seamoth up to speed. You know, build the jump jets and the depth modules necessary for it to move down into the volcanic zone and get the get the sanctuary. Or the containment facility. Here is the Lost River Research Station.
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
this is the reason why you typically want to have those
Interior
capsules
walls
with
in
it.
this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
Yeah.
Detecting an alien broadcast, linguistic analysis reads, "Caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within."
You only need the single tablet here. Everything else is pretty much free to be explored or whatnot. So.
Integrating new PDA data.
Go ahead and scan all this stuff in.
Integrating new PDA data.
I'll look at all the data when I get back to the Seamouth. Technically, you can actually bring the Seamouth all the way down in here, but it's kind of a pain in the ass with it kind of being blocked off, you know, a little above there. So it all depends on your
Residual
comfort.
biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study.
Trying to remember exactly what needs to be scanned and what can't be scanned. Yeah. So, and here's where the warpers are actually created. Which begs the question whether or not there's actually you know, a facility that continues to make them or not, because based off of what I've seen, there isn't any. So,
Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
and this is where the story goes. This is what I'm talking about by the Seamouth having a problem. You know, small little passageway to get the Seamouth in. So just to progress the story.
Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to data bank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection. 30 seconds.
This typically freaks out some people. Just having that show up on their hands. Now some people, you know, completely miss it by, like, you know, hopping into the Seamoth right at the exact moment in time, or you know, they do something else that, you know, they hear the music but they don't actually see the graphics, and it's like, oh, bad timing. But alright, so I've pretty much collected everything that I needed to collect on here. Let's go ahead and go through the data real quick. All those voice logs. Cage samples. Remains of research specimen. Bacterial infection report. Estimated incubation time 2 weeks. Now, it would be interesting if they actually put like an actual time limit on here. I haven't actually tested whether or not there was actually, something to be said with this, because the voice log does calculate number of days. So you would think, based off of your contracting the with you actually contracting the disease Kara, way back in the day, that uh, yeah, right here at day 6, that it would show the progression, or at least kind of calculate how long you have. But at the same time, that might be that's a problem with like gameplay kind of aspect too, because if you said like, hey, you got 14 days to live, then well, you're pretty much screwed. you know um, you'd have to uh, put the amount of time that you're actually kind of living in like real time, just so uh, like for example, this is my 3rd stream on here. I've spent about about 13 hours now or so on this particular matter. So I mean, that's definitely not the 2 weeks, obviously. Um, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting, if they were actually to have done this. But they didn't, or at least, based off of what I know, they don't have any kind of consequences. I could play this game, for like months, based on the log, um, and probably have no adverse effects. So if there is someone that actually did that, did a, uh, just continuously playing the game beyond the, for, months or something like that in game time, then, let me know. I'd like to kind of see if someone actually kind of tested that out, but um, I would imagine that the devs didn't really do something along the lines of, hey, your infection has spread to the point where you can't really do anything. Your fever has basically taken hold of you, and you're, going to die, much like the people on the Ghazi. So, but who knows? Warpers. Yeah, programmable hunter-killer. Avoid. These are one of the more annoying creatures in the game of Subnautica. If you can avoid them, do so. But typically all the places that you need to get to, yeah, warpers are around you, so there's really no escaping from them per se. Alright. So Lost River is pretty much done, story-wise anyway. So now it's just a matter of continuing to find a cure for the disease. So now I'm doing the side-to-side thing because there is a warper next to the research facility, but thankfully we didn't have to deal with it. Just gonna head back to base real quick and start working on getting the prawn suit up and ready for the, the next phases of exploration. Unfortunately, the sea moth, as you can see there, the 755 and 900, that's as far down as it can go, the 900. So either you're gonna have to constantly repair it, or you're just gonna have to leave it up here, which it's just easier to just kind of leave it up in the higher zones, just so you don't have to worry about the crush depths. So. Oh, damn it. I forgot to get myself set up here. Oh, well, okay. I'm really in need of water right at the moment. So let's drink some bleach. No. Yeah. Please don't do that. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, all taken care of now. Okay, so now we start the long rolling process of construction. As you can see, I haven't really taken the time to bother scanning for the Cyclops. I mean, if you guys want me to, I can, but like I said, the only thing that I really need is the Cyclops shield generator, so, wait, the only way to actually get the Cyclops shield generator is to construct it. I don't think there's any, I can't remember if there's a module that we can actually pick up somewhere. I think maybe one of the wrecks might have, has these shield generators somewhere. But yeah, basically you need the Cyclops shield generator to get off the planet. And because the Cyclops upgrades, there's a fabricator on the Cyclops that makes these, so I probably will be needing to make the Cyclops at some point in time. So yeah. Oh well. I'm not gonna worry about it just yet. So, but what I do need to do is work on this vehicle upgrade console and the modification station, so I can actually get the no, actually, I think I only need the vehicle station for the prawn suit. Oh, but I will still need it for the modification station for the prawn suit, the module 2. So, yeah, might as well go ahead and see about kind of constructing them for the time being. So first step, let's get this vehicle upgrade console going. So, I think I already have the titanium and the copper wire. Wait, I thought I had copper wire. Did I miss it? I'm gonna need a diamond at some point. Hmm. Oh well, okay. Alright, so let's see. Computer chip and copper wire. So I need 4 copper wire, 1 gold, and 2 table coral. Okay, so I think I brought along the table coral. Yeah, there it is. Now I just need the copper wire. So 4 copper is going to be needed. Yeah, we should be good. So copper ore, come here. There it is. So first off, let's make sure that there's nothing in the storage container for the prawn suit. Yeah, there's not much. Oh wait, there was a mesmer around here, wasn't there? I saw one before. Ah, there it is. These guys are fun.
It is your primary directive to swim closer to that beautiful creature. Swim closer. Swim closer now. It looks so friendly. Do not resist. Don't struggle.
So funny to kind of see this happen.
Go closer.
Alright, enough of that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And what's really funny is the indigenous life form data on it, so. Carnivore, mesmer. Hypnotizes its foe. Outer shell. Mesmer can open its jaw-like recesses and protective outer shell in order to share its beauty. Do not resist. Draw closer. I always love that. It's fantastic that they actually did that. The fact that the mesmer can actually change your download data. So, okay. Oh, can I make it? Nope. Damn it. So close. Can't wait for the jump kit upgrades. This makes travel time so much faster. But, you know, gotta walk before you can run. Now, this is getting a little dangerous because we're getting into the zone for warpers, so yeah, whenever you see the blood kelp, the blood kelp, Yeah, that's where things get a little dicey. Okay. Let's get ourselves some copper, shall we? Yeah, just one of those, you know, one of these, you know, chunks of resources, you know, just fills you up with like, you know, so much. So, you know, if you need to, you can probably get like a secondary one, you know, just so you can kind of have the, you know, a lot of resources to use, but, you know, it really depends on what you need. I don't think I'm really going to be needing all that much more copper. Maybe I'll drill this second resource that I'm running towards right now, because it looks like it's on the way. Then again, maybe not. It looks like it's on the other side of the wall. Yeah, it's on the other side of the. It's probably nearby that skeletal remains. Okay. Bring this guy up here. Collect the copper. Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now I need to get at least 2 copper wires. Okay, computer chip. And now should be able to get the vehicle station. Yep, there it is. Okay, now that we have that, the depth module 1 and the prawn suit jet upgrade is what we kind of need to go for right at the moment. So, I don't have any more titanium on me, so let's go ahead and throw the copper ore back in here. Oh, okay. Ran out of space. Throw the diamond in there. Alright, now what we're gonna be needing is the nickel. And there we go. So what I want to do is create a quick storage locker right over here, just so I can just basically look at what is necessary for the upgrades and just store it in the locker. So so I'm going to be looking for the depth module and the jump jets. So need at least 2 lithium for the plasteel ingots. Oh, need 1 more. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I need the crystalline sulfur that I have in the nickel ore. Oh wait, yeah, I don't have any in there. Here's some of the nickel ore, but obviously that's like all I have. Grab those, need the ruby, grab the titanium. And that is about it. So anyway, so yeah, I need 2 nickel ore, 1 ruby, 3 nickel ore, 1 ruby, 1 crystalline sulfur, and a ton of titanium, because we have the lithium, but we need the titanium ingots. So you need at least 10 titanium for the ingot, 4 there, yeah, so 14 titanium. So oh right, I want to throw all the stuff into the locker there. There we go. So now we go and collect. Now, one of the problems that a lot of people have with like the with the nickel ore is that it they kind of look, you know, you know, they all, you know, they do look like nickel ore, but they also kind of look like something else altogether. So hi there, hi there. As you can see, some of the nickel ore is actually, you know, contained within the brine, so not something that I'm gonna, you know, dive into. But you know, there's still plenty of nickel ore above, so there's no real need for you to kind of kill yourself just to, you know, get access to nickel. It's the crystalline sulfur that you really need the prawn suit for. I mean, unless you like swimming in the brine. Oh, right. I can actually scan it. Come on, pick it up. Thank you. Okay, that's about it. That's good enough. least, you know, for now. So I believe I only needed 3 of them, so I'll just go ahead and throw the 2 in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 there. Oh, I need 2 more, okay. So, there we go. Just put the rest in here. Then we'll go ahead and switch this over to titanium, because we'll be needing a lot of that.
Welcome aboard,
And
Captain.
there's, when you see something like that, it's, you know, the only way you see titanium like that is either in the large chunks that you need to drill on for, or it might have been the titanium that you might have dropped, but yeah. Seeing that I don't really drop materials, this isn't, you know, you don't really see titanium from my kind of gameplay right at the moment. I try to use as much as I possibly can, or at least, you know, keep my inventory clear enough that you can actually, you know, collect everything. Okay, so I think that was about a total of 9 different titaniums. So let's go ahead and go collect another set. Oh, is that a ghost one? I hope not. Sometimes even though I've already collected this one, for some odd reason there's still residue left of it, and it's like, why is it not available? Oh well. There's still plenty of others around, so it's just unfortunate that, you know, that little ghost of one is remaining. Makes collecting a little bit harder, but okay, so that should be enough to handle all that. So let's see, we still need a ruby and what else? Not sure. Let's go ahead and gather up the resources and move on to the next phase.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Well, first off, let's go ahead and create that titanium ingot. Okay, so there's that. Now, we're good for the plasteel on that. Still need one more ruby. And need one more crystalline sulfur. That's what I was missing. Okay, so I just need to drop 5 titaniums into the in here. There you go. And just need 1 crystalline sulfur and 1 more ruby. Yeah. Right. I'll throw the titanium in the locker. Ah, so close. Okay, so I already know where to look for the crystalline sulfur, so that's not too big of a deal. But ruby is a little bit harder to find per se, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have the scanner scan for that for me. Okay, so let's go and get the crystalline sulfur real quick. Let's take a dive. Cool. Okay. Now, I mean, you can use the scanner room for this as well. It makes things a little bit easier on pinpointing the, where the sulfur is. But I mean, you'll always find 1 or 2 in, underneath in the brine kind of aspect. So it's not like you're gonna be searching a whole ton a lot to get the resources that you need. Not to say that it's not completely, devoid of challenges, because, I'm having some difficulty already. But, 2 lithium sources right next to each other. Ah, there's one. Might as well collect a couple more. Ooh, cool. Let's go ahead and drill this so we can get quite a set of nickel ore. Not that I really need it right now, but, might need some more in the future. Okay, there's that. Don't really need another one, so I don't need to. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of nickel ore all in one spot. Let's just grab 1 more crystalline sulfur. There we go. Alright, now, let's get out of here. And let's go get some ruby. And no, I'm not talking about the tiny logo with the, you know, enormously used gun scythe. Different Ruby. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab a couple. Because I'm still going to be needing to create the water filtration system, which means I'm going to be needing to do a few rubies for that just to get the aerogel, so. Okay. Don't necessarily want to be traveling over near the Ghost Leviathan if I, you know, if I don't have to. So, yeah. So that should be good enough. Let's go ahead and grab everything from inside. There's that. Alright. So now we have 2 ruby, 3 crystalline sulfur, and all that. So let's go ahead and throw all the rest of this and the lockers back over here real quick. And then we'll proceed to construct the upgrades. So that should be good enough to create the 2 that I need, which is the jump jets. Oh, and the plasteel. Forgot about you need to actually create that here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. And part 1. Okay. So now we can throw these in here. Obviously, you know, the Mark 1 is definitely necessary in order to complete, well, I mean, necessary enough to complete the game. I mean, if you really want to swim all the way down with your sea glide, I guess you can do that if you want to, but yeah, you know, typically prawn suit with the depth modules are kind of necessary, in my opinion. And of course, the jump jets also necessary, in my opinion. So, because this just moves your prawn suit so much faster. So, alright. Alright, so now, let's go ahead and turn out the rubies. Hey there, fishies. Thanks for swimming inside my base. Alright. Now. So... You know, I could go for the thermal reactor if I really wanted to, but I'm gonna need that kyanite. You know, this helps recharge when I'm down in the lava zone. So I mean, it's nice, but it's not really necessary. You know, like I said in the yesterday's stream, if you have a moon pool, you know, use it to the best of your efficiently kind of thing. You know, you don't necessarily need to be, you know, traveling for hours on time. You know, and you know, getting the energy efficiency module, the prawn suits, and you know, the Seamouth solar charger, you know, all well, you know, handy a little bit. The moon pool recharges your recharges your vehicle, so you don't really need them. So um, the prawn suit depth module, though, is going to be something that we will eventually need to do, which we need the modification station. So let's go ahead and take care of building that. So let's go ahead and start working on that. Nope, keep on messing that up. Alright, so we need the one lead, one diamond. Okay. We need one titanium. And then we need the computer chip, which I can never really remember, you know, the necessity for the computer chip. Okay, so gold and copper wire. Okay, so we have a bit of copper to handle the copper wire. There's that. There's the gold. There's the copper wire. Okay. And now we need the typical, which thankfully, as much as it hurts a little bit, they are typically around these little heat vents. So just go ahead and cut them up and grab hold of them real quick before they disappear or slide off the side of the mountains. I'm gonna go ahead and collect 2 more just so I can have them on hand. It's funny how they look green here, but when you pick them up, they're orange. So, interesting little distinction there. Alright. You know what? I need to get some seeds grown for
Welcome
the
aboard, Captain.
for the gel sacks. So let's go ahead and start. Move those over. There we go. So get those in there, and now we got ourselves some gel sacks to. There. So let's see. We got enough for the computer chip now. And I'm able to make the modification station. There we go. So now anyway, so next step. Let's see, what do I want to do? At some point in time, I'm going to need to go down to the into the lava zone to get some kyanite, but I'm gonna hold off on that for the time being. Because the prawn suit depth module will be needing the 3 kyanite, and kyanite's difficult to mine. You're gonna need the drill arm in order to get the kyanite, and the clusters that have them, the drop rate is kind of low, so every single break that you make on it might not even give you any. So you know, the 3 kyanite here, you may get the 3 in a single cluster. Sometimes you might actually need 2, so just bear that in mind as you play this game. Okay, so let's see. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get the water filtration system going here. So let's see, let's get the copper wire, titanium, and I need the aerogel, so I already have one available. Good. So I don't actually need the ruby there. So okay. Now, there's not a whole lot of room left in here to build this, but maybe I can squeeze it there. No, yeah. I was kind of afraid of that. I might have actually shot myself in the foot a little bit on this. Okay. So, let's see. Let's grab all the titanium. Then, do I want to make it underneath, or do I want to put it on top? Yeah, let's make it down there. There we go. Ooh, yeah. It's a little close for comfort on that, so. Oh, damn it. I don't think I have enough. I don't have any more titanium anymore. Yeah. Alright. Let's just go for the limestone chunks. I don't want to be drilling for another set somewhere, so I'll just go ahead and, collect some limestone chunks, get the 2 titanium that I need in order to build the water filtration. This one. Oh, there we go. Of course, go. Alright, there we go. when I said titanium, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I've been doing this for about 3 hours now, give or take. Probably another, I'm probably only gonna do about another hour or so, so. I mean, if I was to rush it, I could probably finish the game, but yeah. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's just put it in field of view as soon as I leave, and you know, come on down. So, alright, now this is going to take up a lot of power as it generates the water. As you can see, the power level is dropping a little bit, so maybe I might need to make another thermal plant and go from there. I'll also probably want to build up some reinforcements. So let's see, which means I'm gonna need a lot more titanium. Okay. So I guess I probably should have actually gone and drilled for some more. Oh well. Hindsight is 20/20. Don't think there's anything left in the storage. Yeah, no.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well, ghost titanium right down there. Is there a ghost titanium right here too? Yeah, there is. I mean, I guess, you know, eventually it might respawn there, but it's still one of those irritations that it's like, come on, work with me here. Don't show me ghost, ghost resources. Yes, it just does not help. Oh, I'm using my, if you haven't already noticed, the jump jets are in full effect right at the moment. Okay, so I might want to drill about two chunks full, so give me a minute or two to take care of this real fast. Go. Still some more residual, but nothing I can really do about that. You know, kind of wish that I could, like, kind of mark it and say, it's done, you don't need it here anymore, but whatever. Let's go over here and collect this one, or maybe not. That's where the Leviathan is, so... Wait. Why is the laser going that way? Visual glitches. Alright, here's the secondary one that I need. So that should be enough for my purposes for the time being. You know, like I said, the prawn suit, isn't exactly like, Speedy Gonzalez, especially when like compared with the sea moth, but um, when you have the grapple arm and the jump jets, you can have it be a lot more maneuverable than the Cyclops, in my opinion. So.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, let's see. Oh, right, I wanted to create some, let's just create about 3 of them. Reinforcements. Because, I might consider making like a secondary moon pool maybe. So there we go. Maybe. I'm still kind of kicking around the idea. So yeah. So now we have that out of the way. Our filtration system is going. Don't really need another bioreactor, or we don't need a bioreactor. We don't really need a nuclear reactor. Do I want to actually create the secondary thermal plant? Oh yeah, the power's dipping down pretty good. Yeah, I'll probably need that secondary one. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves some food. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and work on the thermal plant. So we need some more aerogel and magnetite. Okay, so grab that ruby for the aerogel. And 2 magnetite for the thermal plants. So, let's go out and grab a gel sack. Let's go ahead and create some more seeds. So I'll never run out of gel sacks, not that I really need to. There we go. I mean, if I'm going to be making tons of bases with, like, tons of thermal plants, then obviously I'm going to be needing quite a bit of gel sacks and aerogels, but... Should you have enough? Yep. Alright, so let's go out and create that secondary one. I like how the line is going up that way when in fact it's actually powering this. Oh well. Now I might be able to have it connect with the power transmitter. Otherwise, I'm gonna need need like a secondary one. Let's see if this works. I'm hoping that it kind of links up with them, but you never know. Yeah, it didn't. I feared as much. Well, let's see. No. Oh, no. Wrong button. Okay, there's that. And does it go across? Don't know. It's not pointing towards it.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Okay. No, still not going across. Nope.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Need some air. Well, this is problematic. Still not powering the station up. Even though that there was a, even though that's relatively the same spot that it was in before. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just get myself another gold, just so I can create a secondary one. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this one to hook up both of them. Then I'll come over here and create a relay. There we go. What? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Kind of really wish that they Okay, let's try this again. Can you power up the station, please? Maybe? Please? No? Okay. Let me try up here, maybe. I don't know, man. I just
Power restored. All primary systems online.
whatever. A little temperamental on that. Not exactly something that was ideal, but you know. Just something that you have to kind of deal with. And now we're at 500, so there's going to be plenty of energy. So, as much as this is going to generate the water necessary, you know, and you know, constantly being active, you don't necessarily need to worry too much about it with both of the thermals, you know, active. So, okay, I have no water right at the moment. The filtration system still hasn't made anything yet. My marble melon hasn't been completed, and I'm running out of water. So, this is one of the reasons why you either have, you know, you can either have that, you know, Cyclops with, you know, its own, you know, interior grow bed with, you know, its own stack of, you know, marble melons to handle, or, you know, there's a reason why I created a secondary base if necessary. But I think now you used to be able to hover over the plants and it should tell you, you know, it should tell you, hey, you know, how much percentage you're at on the you know, growth rate for the marble melons, but it doesn't seem to be coming up right at the moment, which is unfortunate because I'd really like to know, you know, where they stand right at the moment. I mean, that looks like they're almost done, like around the 90% mark, but yeah. Alright, well, I'll wait a little bit longer. Maybe the water.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah. Maybe the water filtration machine will generate one of the 51s pretty soon. I hope so. Now, one of the things about this game is that I have yet to make a bed, you know, or a double bed or anything along those lines to sleep. And it's like, okay, typically when you're at day 38, or, you know, probably past that now, like for example, if I do the self-scan, well, that doesn't actually generate a log now, does it? Forgot about that. You know, day 38 without any sleep, yeah, you're gonna go nuts with that. It's kind of, I'm kind of thankful that they don't really make it a requirement per se, because the Oh, there's the water. Um, if they made it a requirement, you would have needed like a bed in the dropship or some way of actually sleeping in the life pod. Otherwise, uh, you know, you would have had to have, uh, you know, found, you know, the beds either in like one of the wrecks, which again requires you to be able to get to the wrecks and clear them out quickly enough, or or get to, you know, one of the islands where the uh,
Vital signs stabilizing.
where some of the beds are. So I'm when I initially built the water filtration machine, I was actually kind of scared because I kept on pulling out all the salt, going, "Oh my God, it's just gonna keep on filling up with salt, filling up with salt, filling up with salt, and I'm never gonna get any water from it, right?" Well, no, that's not the case. The the filtration system will just keep with 2 salt deposits, and that's it. Same with water. You know, you can clear out the salt, and it will generate more salt, but the waters will stay, kind of aspect. So it's always going to be 2 salt and 2 waters. So you don't have to be afraid of like, oh my gosh, I have to remove the salt in order to get water. No, you don't really need to worry about that. It handles that. So. Okay, so now that we got that all situated, I'm getting near the end of where I want to kind of shut down the stream for now. Doesn't look like I'm getting a whole lot of viewership yet, but you know, that comes with time. So, you know, I'm hoping that whoever does watch this, you know, comes back. So, let's see what I can do here. I already got the battery charger in place. I kind of wanted to do the medkit fabricator just in case, so let's go ahead and set that one up. Okay, so I'm gonna need copper wire, titanium, silver ore, fiber mesh, silver ore, table coral. Alright, so that's taken care of. I just need to build up the computer chip, which I think I got everything. No, I need the gold. Yeah, gold and copper wire. Oh wait, no, it's not there. There we go. Okay, and now we can create ourselves the medical fabricator. So let's just go ahead and put it right there. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's about it for that. I don't really need anything else. So I think what I'm gonna do is swap out the vehicles here real quick. Oh, hello fish.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Let's see, how much space do I have left for upgrades? 2 more. You know what? I don't really need them in there, but you know, let's go ahead and take the 2 storage modules that are on here and move them over here. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I still have these in here, which is great. Let's go ahead and throw
Welcome
them
aboard,
in.
Captain.
Oh, not yet. Let's go ahead and put them in here. Now, I think, I could be wrong, but I think I'm gonna need an orange tablet. So, you know, I got plenty of purple tablets, you know, the 2. But I think I'm gonna need a orange tablet, and seeing that I used it before, so thankfully I got plenty of iron cubes and I got plenty of nickel ore, so there. There. Now, just for the heck of it, there. Oh right, it's super big. I forgot about that. Yeah. So, there's a reason why I got the Ghost Breed, which is late game, so just gonna throw it in here for the time being. Okay. Oh. Now let's go ahead and throw the prawn suit up into the moon pool here. Alright. Because I still have to actually name it. So, anyone online want to throw in a suggestion? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's watching right at the moment. So, yeah, it looks like it's just me right at the moment watching my own stream. But, you know, it happens. It works. So, alright. Well, with that, and ooh, what do I want to name it? I already got the strange one. So, why not? Jimbro. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead. I want it to kind of stand out, and seeing that we're going to be going into the lava zone, it's going to be super red. So let's go ahead. And handle this kind of aspect. Let's try that out. Let's see what it looks like. I wonder why there's so much like an orange around here. Let's see, does it look okay? I guess it looks fine. Looks good. Okay. The name doesn't really stand out, or it doesn't, you know, doesn't really stand out that much. Right? Let me maybe change the name color to like a red or something like that. Yeah, it works. Whatever. Alright. So okay, it is fully charged. So now all it needs to do is head on down to gather up the kyanite, and then pretty much come on back because can't really stay down there that much. You know what? I got some time still left on this stream, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Actually, did I throw the grapple arm in? Yeah, there it is. Medical. That's still not there. Water's still not there. I don't necessarily want to be like, you know. Let's go ahead and make 2 of them there. Don't really want to be sitting around doing nothing for you guys. I kind of want to take, you know, some extra water and some food, just so, you know, if I get in trouble down in the lava zone, I won't be, you know, I'll have items available to, you know, keep me alive. So I'm gonna just take along on nature block with me, and then I'm just gonna wait for the medical and the single bottle of water. Right. So now I'm just needing to wait for the med kit to finish off. And then we're gonna head on down. Now, I kind of wish that, you know, you could actually come on over here and have access to the, you know, the upgrades, so that I can actually throw on the grapple arm. But it doesn't allow you to do that. You know, not only that, but if you have the repair tool, you can't even repair it either. You know, not that I can really do anything about it, like right now, it's at perfect health, but still, you know, the 2 aspects that you can do with the sea moth, which is, you know, repairing it and accessing the the panel here, you can't deal with a prawn suit, which is unfortunate. Kind of wish that you could. Maybe when maybe they can add that feature in with the DLC when later on. Okay, so. Oh, medical kit's done. There we go. Let's head on out. Time to go get some kyanite. Now, let's go ahead and throw the grapple arm on. Let's see. Equip. Okay. So now. Oh, missed it. With jump jets, you can pretty much stay in the air for quite a bit of time. But, if you need to do a quick recharge, just have it kind of run around on the ground. So, or, just lay off the jump jet engines for a second or two. Now, there's two ways to kind of get to the lava zone. One, you either have to go past the Ghost Leviathan, or the other, you go past the Warper. Either way, it's a pain in the ass. So, I just kind of go this route because it feels like the quickest way. Go past the the tree with the Leviathan egg in them, and then you'll only really need to deal with the warpers this way. Whereas if you have to the other route has to go past the research facility, which has warpers around that area, and then you have the Ghost Leviathan at the drop point. So whatever you decide on doing. Now, what's really funny is that this the bluish, I guess, brine, you might say, actually doesn't hurt you. You can actually take a swim in it without any problems. Here, let me show you. You can actually go, wee! I'm swimming, woo! But so no damage whatsoever, which is really nice. I was afraid of it at first when I first encountered it. I was like, does this actually hurt you like the green? And no, it doesn't. So don't be no worries on if you're afraid of it. So let's go ahead and scan a couple things here. Have the time, might as well. Come here, ghost ray. There we go. And now let's go over to this one. Scan in the tree. There we go. Now, I had such a hard time when I was playing hardcore, just by myself at one point in time, because
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I actually created a base right in this area so that I had the heat vents available to me, and then I could kind of use it to, I had a scanner room to scan in, any kind of resources that I wanted here, as well as, get down into the lava zone. The problem that I had at one point in time was that I left my my prawn suit sitting on the ocean floor here, and I took a trip back to my original base off of the red grass. And when I came back, the ground had basically, become like transparent to the point where the prawn suit had actually fallen through the ground. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. The ground never rendered in. The prawn suit remained where it was at. So the prawn suit didn't have a surface to stay on, so it fell through the ocean floor. Now, it stayed for a certain distance below it, but I couldn't actually access the prawn suit. And I was like, oh my gosh. I actually had to go back up to the surface and create myself another one. But eventually, there wasn't a time where I was coming back from the lava zone and I saw that the walls that were right here weren't rendering in either, so I could actually swim through it. So I got out of my other prawn suit, swam over to my first prawn suit, and used it to actually get out of the empty space as it was. It was really an interesting experience. I sent a ticket to the devs in hopes that they might have been able to kind of fix that particular glitch, but I don't know whether or not they saw it or if they took care of it. Who knows? Maybe it's something that they'll address in the DLC. Oh, these guys, try to avoid them as much as possible. They will suck your energy dry. So they don't harm you directly, but oh. Come on, Warper, get away from me. Okay. Georgia the jungle. Oh, watch out for that tree. Okay. Let's keep on going. Missed that. Oh, just in case you're wondering, if you have your prawn suit stand in one of those little lava lakes, it does damage your prawn suit, so just bear that in mind. I mean, that doesn't like take off like 15 points of damage per tick, but it's still, it decreases it by like 1 every second or something like that. So so just bear that in mind, that you really don't want to be sitting in those little lava streams if you can help it. So okay, so now it's time to actually see about trying to find kyanite. We are in the main lava zone chamber. This is where you meet the one of the nastiest creatures that can basically kill you in one bite. So well, I mean, kill you yourself. If you didn't have like the prawn suit or something like that, then you want to avoid them as much as possible. Oh, gosh, damn it. Come on, get back up there. There's the kyanite. Two brakes. 3 brakes. 4 brakes. And finally get 2. So, just bear that in mind. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So basically 6 kyanite. So basically like 50%. So just bear in mind. Now, stop shooting at me. God damn it, go away. Those guys are annoying because they will shoot at you and just cause you irritation, so just go away, damn it. Thankfully, it didn't damage my prawn suit that much, but still. I think I have 2 whole energy suckers on my prawn suit right at the moment. Before I head back up, I'm gonna need to clear those off of me so that I can just... Okay. So, let's see. Yep, there's... Lava larva. Get off. They will... I mean, they don't, like, it's not like instantaneous, energy removal, but it can be fairly bad, so just bear that in mind. Okay, now it's time to get out of here because, we need the kyanite to make the next upgrade. And it's better to just have the upgrade when you want to get, when you get to the power plants. So, warper. Just keep on moving side to side and you're gonna be good. Let's see. Trying to find where the entrance is. Did I go past it? I don't think I did. there's the secondary one. Okay. Nope, there it is. Now, I do kind of wish that I had the, the prawn suit had the maneuverability of the sea moth, but yeah, you can't have it all, so. Now, if you had the Cyclops, with its own like fabricator and whatnot, then you probably could have, I probably could have done all that kind of, upgrade stuff and all that kind of deal, on the Cyclops itself. So it's one of those aspects where it's like, there are some benefits to having it. So I mean, I'm not gonna say, don't bother with it completely. It's just something that, like I said before, it's just my choice that I don't really feel all that comfortable driving around in the Cyclops, especially in like the going in the tight passageways that I normally take to get to where I'm going. And they tend to like to attract the aggressors that really just pummel your Cyclops a lot. And if you're not careful, your Cyclops can be destroyed. Like I had the I took my Cyclops down to the containment facility at one point in time, and I had the unfortunate, the unfortunate occurrence that I was playing in just a regular standard game, not hardcore, and I died. But the problem was that the Cyclops was just barely within range of the Sea Dragon, for the Sea Dragon to see. So while I was trying to recover to the point where I could actually get back down to my Cyclops, the Sea Dragon had destroyed it by then. So it was like it was unfortunate that that was that occurred. Could I have found another place for the Cyclops to not have been destroyed? Sure. I mean, I could have kept it completely far away from it, but I mean, again, that it's one of those aspects where it's like, if you can't get it up to the door of the containment facility, then is it worth it? And for me, I didn't really see a need for it. So I found more maneuverability and utility with the I've found more utility and versatility with the prawn suit than anything else, so that's just the way I went. So Okay, so let's see. Oh, right. I need to take you back out, bud. So,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
alright. First off, let's repair you. Kind of wish the Moonpool also had that ability to repair, but you know, much like how the Cyclops has that ability, you know, it has the module of repair, which you know is a nice feature. Just kind of wish the Moonpool had that feature as well. So, okay, so now we're looking at the Mark II module, which I can build right now. At least I think. I need to verify that I have the titanium, which I do. Okay. Was it 3? No, it was just 2. Oh well. So let's go ahead and go and collect the Mark 1, which once again I need to get into the prawn suit. Alright, so thankfully we're not at a crush depth right here, so that we can easily, you know, make the changes to the prawn, you know, without it dying. You know, again, you can do the same thing on the Cyclops if you have the modification station, and you can do that, you know, relatively close by. So, there's some, like I said, there's some ups and downs to having the Cyclops, so. And that is the game-winning crush depth that we need, so. And now I'm going to put this to get it energy recharged. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. I'm at 4 hours right about now, give or take. And I still got, you know, I'm starting to get into the late game portion of Subnautica. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the ions and getting myself cured and getting the you know, getting the rocket built. So not exactly a whole lot more. There's still going to be a lot of resource gathering and all that kind of stuff. So, but this looks like it's a decent place for me to kind of stop. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this real quick. Get it completely full up, so I don't have to worry about it on tomorrow's stream. Oh, God, stop hitting the damn tree, will ya? Okay. Alright. So, yeah, I think think that's about it, guys. Don't think there's anything else I really need to do or want to do for this stream. I've pretty much did everything that I wanted to do for the Lost River. So, yeah. No, thank you for joining me in this little journey again, and I'll see about trying to hop back on again tomorrow night. So, hope to see you all there. Take care.